Hello students. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is life process, we were talking about the different modes of nutrition. And in that mode of nutrition, we had already seen that how the organism they used to obtain food and how we had broadly classified into two, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And when we were talking about the autotrophic mode of nutrition, student, you see we have seen here that auto means self, nutrition that is trophy. So it is what in which an organism used to obtain their food by themselves, by its own. It means they used to prepare their food by their own, and that kind of a mode of nutrition was called as the autotrophic mode of nutrition. Now, not only this, but the organism which used to show this kind of a mode of nutrition, we call them autotrophs. So basically, we can say that autotrophic mode of nutrition is shown by that of the green plants, because it is the green plants which used to prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis. So we can say that they are called as the autotroph. Now, not only the green plants, but there are certain bacteria which used to prepare their food. So we can say that either the certain bacteria as well as all the green plants are autotrophs. On the other hand, if we talk about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, so we have seen that heterotrophic mode of nutrition is shown by those organisms who are not able to prepare their own food and they are totally dependent on the other animals or on the plants for their food, for their survival. Okay, so we can say that heterotrophic mode of nutrition is shown by the organism not able to make their food, dependent on the others. And the organisms, we call them heterotrophs. Now you see, all the animals, including certain bacteria, including some fungi, including viruses, as well as the non-green plants, these all, Plasmodium, that will come in the protozoa, these all we will include it into the heterotrophs. We call them that these are heterotrophs and they show the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, so this is about that of the autotrophic and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now, in the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, students, although there are organisms which used to take food from the different organisms, different animals as well as from the plants also. So, they used to show even the ways of taking the food from the animals or from the plant is different, and on the basis of that, we had classified heterotrophs into three types. That mode of nutrition is saprotrophic mode of nutrition, which is also called as saprophytic mode of nutrition. The second one we called as parasitic mode of nutrition, and finally holozoic mode of nutrition. Okay, so let me start with the first one, and that is saprophytic. Saprotrophic, or we can say saprophytic. Saprophytic or saprotrophic mode of nutrition, students. Now if we see here, students, saprotrophic, basically this mode of nutrition is shown by the organism, those who used to obtain their food from the decaying organic matter of the dead plants and the animals. Okay, bread also. So even rotten wood is there. So they used to obtain the food from the decaying matter of the dead plants or the animals. Such mode of nutrition is called as a saprotrophic or saprophytic mode of nutrition. Now you see here students, here the term is sapro. The meaning of the sapro is rotted. So the name came from the rotten this term because the kind of a nutrition shown by the organism, that they used to take the food from the rotten bark of the tree, or a rotten bread, or a dead animal is there, or a dead plant is there. So that is why we can say that this the name of the saprorodent itself explains about that what kind of a mode of nutrition is shown by these organisms who used to show the saprophytic mode of nutrition. So let me write the definition of the saprotrophic or saprophytic mode of nutrition. So it is that nutrition in which an organism and organisms obtain food from the decaying matter of dead plants and animals. Decaying matter of dead plants and animals, okay, etc. So such mode of nutrition is called as saprotrophic or saprophytic mode of nutrition. Basically, you see student, the term sapro, it means rotted. Okay, and trophic, you know that the nutrition. So the organism who used to obtain their food from the rotten thing, who used to obtain the nutrient from the rotten thing, such kind of a nutrition is called as a saprophytic or saprotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, and the organisms which used to show this kind of a mode of a nutrition, we call them saprophytes. Okay, so we can write it. The organisms which shows such mode of nutrition is called as saprophytes. We call it saprophytes. Okay, they are called as a saprophyte. Now, there are lots of examples, students, especially that of the fungi. If you see mold, so mold, basically you have seen that they used to grow on the rotten bread. So they used to obtain their food from that of the rotten bread. If we talk about the mushroom, so mushroom used to take their food from the bark of the tree, that is the rotten part of the tree, or a dead plant. So they used to grow in such a condition. So we can say that fungi, we will include it into that of the saprophytes, or we will call it as a saprophytes. So let me write the examples of the saprophytes. So we can write it fungi, like yeast is there, molds are there, mushrooms. These all we will include into the fungi, and many bacteria. Okay, fungi and many bacteria are there, which we will consider it into the saprophytes because they used to show this kind of a mode of nutrition. Okay, So this is about the saprophytic mode of nutrition. Now let me tell you one more thing, student. Basically what happened when the saprophyte used to sit on a rotten thing, on a dead plant or the animal. Basically what happened when they sit there, they used to feed or they used to break down that complex organic molecule of the dead plants or the dead and decaying organic matter. It means they used to obtain, first of all they used to break down the larger organic matter which is present inside to that of the dead animal or the plants, and they used to break down into the simpler one, and finally they used to absorb the nutrient. They used to take their food from there and utilize that food. Okay, so we can say that they are known, such kind of a mode of nutrition as the saprotrophic mode of nutrition, or we can call it as a saprophytic mode of nutrition. Moving on, and we will see the next type of a mode of nutrition, and that is parasitic mode of nutrition. That is parasitic mode of nutrition. Now when we talk about the parasitic mode of nutrition, student, here what happened, these organisms which used to show such kind of a mode of nutrition, they used to take their food, they used to take their nutrient from the living organism. Okay, and we call it that living organism, that particular living organism from where the organisms are taking the food or the nutrients, that we call as its host. And the organism which is taking the nutrient from the other organism, from the other living organism, that is called as parasite. So we can say that in parasitic mode of nutrition, organism used to take the food from the other living organism which we call its host without killing it. Okay, so such mode of nutrition in which parasite used to obtain their food from its host, that kind of a mode of nutrition is called as a parasitic mode of nutrition. Okay, so we can write the definition here, that nutrition in which an organism derives its food from the other living organisms call its host without killing it. Okay, so nutrition in which the organism used to derive its food from the other living organism without killing it. Such mode of nutrition is called as parasitic mode of nutrition. Now here, the point that we should note is there are the two terms. That is, one is parasite and another one is the host. Okay, so we can say the organism which obtains food, is called as the parasite, And the next one is the host. Host is what? The organism through which food is obtained by the parasite. So basically parasite is what? Which is there to obtain food, and host is what? Or to which the parasite has attacked. It means from which the parasite is obtaining its nutrient, obtaining its food. That we call as its host. So we can also define here the parasitic mode of nutrition, in which the parasite used to derive its food from its host without killing it. Such kind of a nutrition is called as the parasitic mode of nutrition. So you can write any of the definitions, student. Either you can write that organism derives its food from the other living organism without killing it, or you can write it that here the parasite used to obtain the food from the host or from its host without killing it. That kind of a mode of nutrition shown by the organisms is the parasitic mode of nutrition. Now you have understood here one more thing, that is the organism which used to show such kind of a nutrition, we call them parasites. Okay. Now here one more thing is there, student. Most of the time the students they get confused with that of the examples of such kind of a mode of nutrition, and they start telling that the rhizobium in the leguminous plant is showing the parasitic mode of nutrition. But it is not like that. In that case, the rhizobium which is present in the leguminous plant, rhizobium is a bacteria, and at that time even the plant as well as the bacteria is mutually benefited. One is taking the shelter by living inside to the root nodules of the plant. So bacteria get shelter, okay, by living in the root nodules of the plant, and the plant itself get benefited by the rhizobium, as rhizobium help in fixing the nitrogen which is important for it. Okay, so there both of them are mutually benefited. But when we talk about the parasitic mode of nutrition, here only the parasite is benefited but the host does not. It means no such kind of a benefit is given to the others. Okay, so parasitic mode of nutrition or parasites are what? Which do not give benefit but they are actually harmful for the other organisms. Okay, so that is a kind of a parasitic mode of nutrition. Now let me write it the definition of the parasite. Okay, this is the basic thing that we have understood, that parasites are those organisms which used to obtain the food. So we can also call it that parasite. What is a parasite? Which used to live inside, or you can say which used to obtain food from its host. Okay. So parasites are what, student? The organisms obtain food or feed on the other organisms, or which feed on the other living organisms. Okay, so the organism which used to obtain food or which feed on the other organism, such kind of a mode of nutrition, we call them as a parasitic mode of nutrition. We can also write here that parasites always harm others. they are always, they never give any kind of a benefit, but instead of that they are very harmful. Now let us see that what are the different examples, what are the different parasites and how they are harmful also. So if you see students, like if we talk about the animals only, so you see dog is there, cattle is also a kind of a parasite. So you will think, how is it so? So they used to, you can say that they used to also get affected. Students, dog or cattle, they are host, not parasite, but they also get affected by the parasites, get attacked by the parasite. Instead of they are parasite, they themselves become the host of the parasites. So there are certain fungi, certain viruses, even the protozoa and bacteria, they are parasite and they causes harm to the other living organisms. So we can write here, example is fungi, bacteria, even some plants are also there, student, like cuscuta, which we call as amarbe. Okay, so few plants like amarbe or cuscuta or cuscuta. They used to show the parasitic mode of nutrition. Now not only this, but Plasmodium, roundworm, they all are what? They are used to cause diseases to the living organism. So we can say that they are parasites. Okay, so they harm the other living organism. Other examples of the parasite, student, that is ticks, leeches, tapeworm, etc. These are also what? These are also parasites which causes the disease to the other person or harm the other living organism. So this is the second mode of nutrition, that is parasitic mode of nutrition. Now let us see the third one, and that is holozoic mode of nutrition, students. So the next one is the holozoic mode of nutrition. Now you see, students, whenever we talk about the holozoic mode of nutrition, holozoic mode of nutrition means feeding on solid. Okay, feeding on solid food. So it can be anything, it can be animals or plants, anything. Okay, so feeding on the solid food, that kind of a nutrition is the holozoic mode of nutrition. Basically what happened, you see that most of the animals, including the human being, used to take the solid food, okay, or a complex food material. And this complex food material, they used to take it, that process is called ingestion, and finally it will be break down into the simpler one, because when we take a solid food, that is a complex solid food, and then this complex solid will be break down into the simpler one, so it get digested and absorbed to each and every part of the cells of our body. Okay, so this is the holozoic mode of nutrition. Now what happened afterward? This absorbed one, after some of the food is there which is remain undigested, or it is a kind of a waste one. So this undigested food material will be ejected by that of the living organism, and that is also a part of the holozoic mode of nutrition. So all the animals, including human being, they used to show the holozoic mode of nutrition. So let me write the definition here, student. So the holozoic mode of nutrition is the nutrition in which an organism takes the complex organic food material, food material through the process of ingestion, then the ingested food is digested. Okay, then the ingested food is digested and then absorbed into the body cells of the organism. Okay, cells of the organism. So this is what, student? This is the definition of that of the holozoic mode of nutrition. Even you can include one more line here, and that is the undigested or the unabsorbed part of the food get ejected, and that process is also called egestion. Okay, so we can say that this is the mode of nutrition which is shown by most of the animal and the human being. So let me write the next line afterward, that is, we can also write it here, that is the undigested or unabsorbed food is thrown out of the body through the process, and that is called egestion. That process is called egestion. Okay, so you can understand by this here that the holozoic mode of nutrition itself includes the different types, students. That is, the first one is the ingestion, in which you used to take the food, then digestion occur, then absorption of these food material occur, and finally after absorption it will reach us to each cell of the organism, which is important, from where they get the energy. And even after that, you will find that there are some of the food material which remain undigested, which remain unabsorbed. So that is a kind of a waste material, and it should be thrown out of the body. So that process is called a egestion. So this is the whole process that occurred in the holozoic mode of nutrition. So let me write it that there are different kinds of organisms including human being or the different animals including dog, cat, bear or any kind of animals. They used to show this kind of a mode of nutrition. Even the amoeba also shows this kind of a mode of nutrition in which the ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and finally egestion, it means throwing out of the waste material from the body, also occur or also a part of the nutrition, students. Okay. So man, we can write here some of the example. Now you see student, this whole nutrition is actually dependent upon this holozoic and the different steps which is present in that of the holozoic. Whenever we will discuss about the nutrition in animals or nutrition in the human being, always we undergo through all these different points. Okay. So these are the three modes of nutrition, which is the three ways by which a heterotrophs used to show the different ways of nutrition, including saprophytic or saprotrophic, parasitic and finally holozoic mode of nutrition.